If you watched my videos before, you've probably heard me say this, but if you're training for a race, get yourself a training schedule. Now, if you're training for the Disneyland Paris races this year and you don't have a training schedule, you can download one for free on my website. It's a pretty straightforward schedule just to build up the distance that you need to run for the half marathon or the 36K challenge. And today I want to take a little bit of time to explain how this schedule works. Training schedule is set up with the assumption that you're already running. Now, depending on the level that you're at, you can either start at 5K or 10K. The schedule is built up over 18 weeks, and I've already filled in the dates, and in front of every week there are two columns. One with the distance that you need to run if you start at 5K, and the other with the distances that you need to run if you start at 10K. There are 3 runs for every week. You can fill them in for any day that you'd like. Make sure that you take into account other plans that you have, like work or other engagements that'll keep you from running. Now, you can work out your schedule around this, and the less you'll have to change later, the better. Most people have more time to run on the weekend, so plan your longest run on the weekend and your shortest run during the week. Now, for me, it's the other way around. I have less time during the weekends, so I prefer to do my long runs during the week and I plan my shortest run on the weekend. For a schedule starting at 5K, there are only long distance runs. Now, I've done this because if you're starting at 5K, you have the longest way to go to get to that half marathon distance. So you should probably be focusing on this. For the schedule starting at 10K, there's also a speed run or an interval run almost every week. Now, this is to work on your speed, but also to mix up your runs a little bit. If you don't want to work on your speed, or you prefer to do only long distance runs, then you can change the interval or speed run for a long distance run. And what you do then is just make it the same distance as the shortest run that you have to do that week. The schedule also doesn't have any rest weeks. You're trying to build up the distance, and especially if you're kind of new to running, that can be kind of hard, especially in the short amount of time that you have to get to that half marathon. Now, if you really feel like you do need those rest weeks, which doesn't mean that you're not going to be running, it just means that you'll be running less than you have been running the weeks before. What you can do is for weeks 4, 8, and 12, take off 2K off of every run that you're running that week. Now, most of you are probably running the 36K challenge instead of only the half marathon. Now, don't feel that you need to practice running 3 days in a row all the time. Make sure that in between your training runs, you have at least 1 day of rest. Your body needs to rest, you need to recover, and you don't want to injure yourself. If you haven't joined the Facebook group for the 36K challenge yet, make sure that you do, and subscribe to the channel so that you can follow along with the training tips for your training journey. Now, training starts this week, and before you know it, we'll be running together in Disneyland Paris. But until then, get out there and run.